Hello, welcome to this commercial property showcase. I'm David, the commercial property guy, and stick around for property updates, new properties to the market, and a few tips along the way. Today's property is a property marketed by Innes England. It's for sale, it's in Nottingham, it's at 10 to 12 Mayo Road at Sherwood Rise. Sherwood Rise is just on the outskirts of Nottingham. I'll just quickly flip this map. It's this property here, and if we zoom out, there are lots of commercial properties along here. There's the Ginogly Centre here, plenty of other bits and bobs going along here. Sherwood Rise is down here, and then this here is Hucknall Road. This is the Forest Recreation Ground, where they have the annual world famous Goose Fair, and then Nottingham City Centre is just up here. So this area does have quite a lot of students as well, and Forest Fields is a very residential area itself as well. This property is a block of 8 apartments. It's clearly a conversion from a different property. There appears to be entrances on both sides of these roads here. It's got a current gross income of 64,920. And if we scroll a bit further down, the current rents are just here. One of the things you really need to ask is whether any bills such as electricity or gas are included in those rents or not, because if they're not, if they are included in those rents, then you as the landlord will be paying those. So that's a really key point here. The initial yield is 6.52%. However, that doesn't take into account things like stamp duty, solicitors' fees, which have really started to ramp up at the minute, and any other miscellaneous costs. Where they talk about a reversionary yield here of 8.34%, that's when they're talking about that there could be potential rental growth to 82,980. Now, what I recommend there is speaking to another sort of local estate agent to see what those rents could be. It's difficult for me to say. I've never been in this property, so I don't know what those individual flats are like. The apartment sizes are actually quite decent, especially this 3-bed apartment here is quite large. If this sort of means nothing to you as a square footage, then why not sort of just measure maybe the ground floor of your house, or measure your own flat, or if you know other flats or own other flats, have a look at the EPC. That normally gives you the square meterage, and that will be a good gauge as to just help you understand some of the flat sizes there. But you know, as a general rule, I would say these flat sizes are actually quite good, quite spacious. There is a data vault that you can email about. That's obviously quite important to make sure that you go through that and actually have a solicitor have a look through some of that to make sure that you're not wasting a lot of time and energy on something. I'm not suggesting that there's anything wrong with this property, but as usual, you've got to do all your due diligence. And it might just also be worth asking the agent, sort of these guys, whether they've got any information about any sort of repairs and renewals that have been done over the last, say, 5-year period, and perhaps ask if there's a service charge to cover any of that, and if that's sort of like building up and is going to be passed on to yourselves as the new purchaser. So if this property is of any interest, give these guys a call. It's in Innes England, in Nottingham. So that's it for this video. I'm a commercial property guy. If you subscribe and like for future videos, I will be doing more regular updates. As I say, property updates, new properties on the markets, and a few tips along the way. Thank you.